We're gonna learn how to mobilize the base of the foot. Now you can do this with a golf ball, with a tennis ball. Essentially what we wanna work on is getting space in between the toes here, and then there's a nerve down here called the Baxter's nerve that we wanna take pressure off of. So in order to do this, we're gonna start at the base of the toes on the foot pad here, and we're gonna work down towards the heel with a little pressure. So there's 5 lines that we focus on. This is the base of my 5th metatarsal, so the base of my 5th toe. 4, 3, 2, and then 1 being my big toe. So these lines from the 1st, 2nd, 3rd run straight down. My 2nd, the arch of your foot kind of runs in this direction, so we're gonna allow that same thing, and it's gonna curve just a little bit. For my big toe, it's gonna come down probably about 1/2 inch. So if this is my origin, my starting position, you can see that this moves down here and then wraps back around up into the heel. We don't need to put a whole lot of pressure in here. You can still release this, but we definitely want to make sure that we're following that line of tissue and not going straight onto the bone. So I'm going to apply pressure here, and then I'm going to start moving down towards the calcaneus, this direction. You're going to feel that there's space in between each one of these bones, like the metatarsal, and you're going to go to the base of that bone of that toe. I like to use a knuckle if I'm doing manual therapy on somebody else, or if I'm trying to release it myself and I'm using my hand. Gently push in and glide down towards the heel. Move back up to the 2nd one. Same thing, when you compress it, you'll feel a little bone move. Compress in and start moving down. We'll do that for each toe. If you find a sensitive one, stop, spend a little bit of time there. In and around. For each one, I want to try and create space in my toes. So I'm going to take my fingers and use this little cupping method underneath here. And work through the foot this way. Be gentle. You can traction the toe. So if you're trying to do any traction, you always want to take the whole hand. And if this would be my toe, I want to imagine grabbing the whole thing. Right? If I just try and push back into this finger, it doesn't have a whole lot of range of motion, right? If I grab at the bottom and I traction, then I can get a lot more bend out of that finger, right? If I just push in, there's nothing really there. If I traction, right, and I create space in that joint, now it has a whole lot more ability to bend at this joint. Toes are no different. So I want to traction. I can start big toe. If I don't have the ability for this guy to bend, that's okay. I want to keep it straight. I'm working on the joint that's down here. Traction, open. Sometimes just giving them space is good. I can work through all the toes that way. Toe spacers also help, or feeding a sock in between my toes to create space. The more space that I have in here, there's little places in here where nerves getting trapped in between toes, and you can also get a radiculopathy or some pain in the nerve in that area. So create some space, spread them out.